Hello! In this video I'm going to show you how I paint dots using a brush. I know that there are loads of videos online of how to paint with a dot painting tool, and well, I just wanted to show you how I paint my dots, and I think that some of the people who are into dot painting would be interested to learn how to use a more traditional technique. And just finished a stone that I was working on. So this is my next project. It's a pebble art, not painting, but it's a pebble art piece. And so I have some white leftover paint from the rock that I was painting, and I'm going to use a brush which is size 1, and it looks like this. It's Munkácsi. It's a Hungarian brand, but it's a very basic, cheap synthetic brush. And I will use some water to make the paint a little bit more liquidy. So if you use a dot painting tool, then that works very much like stamping, I think it's the word. So basically you just make a print of the dot onto the surface, so you don't have much control over it. It's a basic round shape, and you just press it onto the paper, and there is your dot. With the brush you have a lot more control over how the dot is going to be, how it looks like, how large it is, and so there is also a lot more possibility for mistakes. So now I have a little bit paint on the top of my brush, and I will just very gently press the tip of the brush onto the surface. So I used to say at my workshops that when you paint the smallest dots, then your brush never touches the surface. Only the paint on the tip of the brush will reach to the surface, and that's what makes the dot very dainty and beautiful. And so it's a lot harder to do than if you use a dotting tool, but a lot more rewarding. When you use a dotting tool, the end result is just going to look like, you know, made pattern. So you can't really tell that, oh, it's made by a person. While the technique I work with allows you for some creativity, for some technique, and therefore the end result will much more look like an illustration. A hand, not a machine. So I've been painting those for 4.5 years now, and so now I'm very confident and I can work pretty fast. When I started dot painting, I was like, very slowly getting the paint onto the brush, withholding my breath, painting the dots very slowly, one by one. So it took me ages to finish a painting or a frame like this one. And of course I will be making mistakes, but in the end result the mistakes are going to be, you know, your kind of a trademark, that is really an artistic piece. And that's another reason why I prefer that. So there, well, this is just my pattern that I chose to work with today. That I have these, I don't know, movie purple dots, and then I go around them with tiny white dots. And I love these very much because in the end they look like stars in the sky glowing. And another thing that I love to do is use glow-in-the-dark acrylic paints. And that also adds up some very beautiful effects, and my art pieces look just stunning in the dark as well. So there, well, these are the basic steps to original technique dot painting, and I will be making a series of videos on the subject. So if you're interested, then just keep on watching. Thank you. Bye.